Hi, welcome to another $1 Masterclass with me, Clay. This is designed to be an overview of what we cover in all the foundation masterclasses. So this is just to give you an idea, so you can see if you think it's something that you need to do. Maybe you know all this stuff already, in which case you can move on to some of the other videos that we look at with different chord progressions and stuff like that. I'll be talking about, there might be some terms and stuff that you're not familiar with. Don't worry, because by the time you've completed the foundation videos, you'll know these terms. They culminate in playing this chord progression. Which you've probably heard a million times, and once you know it, it'll probably drive you crazy because you'll keep hearing it because so many songs use it. So that's what we finish with. That's the kind of end result. We start with looking at the kind of building blocks, the kind of fundamentals of Western music. So we look at tones and semitones. Here to here is a tone, and here to here is a semitone. Some cultures, they have like quarter tones. We don't. This is our smallest unit here. So in the first video, and each video is kind of around about 10 minutes, 12 minutes long. So nice kind of short videos where we just focus on kind of one thing. We try to kind of narrow it down. So we just look at one key skill, one key piece of theory and harmony. So in the first video, for example, we look at tones and semitones. We look at the major scale. We look at major and minor, what it actually means. So this is a major interval, this is a minor interval. We don't get into minor scales, we look at that in the next foundation video. So we look at a major scale, we look at how it's constructed. So it's 8 notes, the eighth one being back where we started. So each major scale is actually seven separate notes, and they're constructed tone, 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 semitone, tone, 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 semitone. Brings us back to where we started. Once we know that, we can find a major scale anywhere we like. For instance, we could find it here, on F sharp. Then later in the next video, we get into minor scales. So with major scales, we've got one major scale that we normally use. With minor scales, the problem is, and the reason why we don't get into this until the second video, is because there are at least 4 that are quite commonly used. So it gets a little bit more complicated. So we start with the natural minor, which is this. Also known as the Aeolian mode. Again, don't worry about that. We also look at the melodic minor, the harmonic minor, which gives us that little Eastern Promise vibe. And then we look at the Dorian mode, the Dorian minor, which is this, which is used in songs like Scarborough Fair. So we look at the minor scales. Then the next thing we get into is we look at the primary chords. So we've got 7 notes in our scale. So we can make our melody from these 7 notes. And then we can make 7 chords from these 7 notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's the same as that one. Okay, so we look at the primary chords, which is chord 1, chord 4, and chord 5. They're the primary chords, and then we look at where to play them on the keyboard where they sound nice. So like here maybe. So here we're looking at chord voicings and voice leading. Again, if you're not familiar with these terms, don't worry, because we cover that in the foundation videos. And then we look at the 2 main cadences, which is the perfect cadence 5/1 and the playable cadence 4/1. And we look at the exercise so that we can find these nice and easily. Once you know these chords, you can play Happy Birthday. So obviously you don't need to play the melody. You will ask to be you will be asked to play it as a pianist. If there's a piano or a keyboard, at some point or other you're going to be asked to play Happy Birthday. If you follow these foundation videos, you'll be able to do it no problem. You don't need any music. You just use your shape memory, your subconscious shape memory, and you just need to know when to play which one of these three shapes. So we look at the two main cadences, so 5/1 and 4/1, and good voice leading. And then we finish with that 4-chord progression. So we use the same three shapes we've already got with the cadences, these, and we add one extra chord, this one. So then that gives us this. And then we can rearrange those 4 chords into different sequences. For instance, we could do this. We'll use the same shapes. What about this one? That's a nice one. That's used a lot. So, once you've completed the foundation videos, you will have all the skills necessary to do that. No problem. So I hope that's given you a good overview of what to expect. You can decide if you think, well, yeah, okay, that's going to be useful, or, well, actually, I already know all that stuff, in which case, skip the foundation videos. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in some of the later videos.